Don't scroll. A solar super flare ripped through the sun's surface this week, and it was the strongest ever recorded in a century. Scientists are still scrambling to understand why it happened, and the final impact on Earth will surprise everyone. First, picture the sun as a giant ball of magnetic rope, constantly twisting and snapping. On October 12, 2023, NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory caught a massive magnetic reconnection that released energy equivalent to 10,000 billion Hiroshima bombs. That burst lit up the corona like a neon billboard. But here's where it gets crazy: the flare threw a cloud of charged particles toward Earth at 2 million miles per hour. Within minutes, the particles slammed into our magnetosphere, causing radio blackouts across the Pacific and flickering auroras over Colorado. And that's not even the biggest part. The same storm battered the power grid in Quebec, forcing utilities to cut off electricity for 3 hours. Engineers later traced the outage to a sudden surge in geomagnetic-induced currents, a direct fingerprint of the solar super flare. Meanwhile, satellite operators reported a 30% loss of GPS accuracy for about an hour. The International Space Station had to execute a protective roll maneuver to keep its solar panels from overheating. Why did the sun unleash this fury after 100 quiet years? Researchers at the European Space Agency point to a rare alignment of sunspot groups in the sun's northern hemisphere. Those spots stored immense magnetic energy, and when they finally released, the result was a super flare. The aftermath will linger. Scientists warn that the disturbed ionosphere could affect high-frequency communications for days, and the increased radiation poses a heightened risk for astronauts on future lunar missions. So, what does this mean for us? It reminds us that our star is still volatile, and that modern technology is vulnerable to space weather. The next time you charge your phone, remember a solar super flare could flick the switch. If you want to see what happens next, subscribe and hit the bell. The sun isn't done surprising us.